So, when we last left off, you guys had successfully retrieved Octavian's body, defeated Marge's mother, and triumphantly returned from the Shadowfell to the manor house to find mind flayers had made themselves known. They had taken out pretty much all of the members of the order and had captured Tulpa and were waiting in Jupiter's office with a man who announced himself as the real Arthur Sin. You did battle with the Mind Flayers after Arthur Sin vanished. You defeated them, turned one of them, turned one of the Mind Flayers, gathered some information, and then you freed him from his control. He gave up some information about where the real Arthur Sin was, a place called... Where is it? Called Uzbeya on the Putan continent in the south. You then convinced him to aid you even more, and he agreed to stay at the manor house until you were ready to face Uzbeya. You returned to the Black Core after finding out that through the Mind Flayer that Dextros had crashed or had been sabotaged to crash. You teleported to Black Core to mount some form of rescue effort. And that's where we left off. Oh, you also spot a ring of mind shielding with a soul already trapped inside.
Yes.
So, what would you guys like to do?
Aren't we on the airship?
Did you hire one already?
No, we left off of us getting off of the elevator to the airship field.
Yeah, because we were gonna warn whoever's in charge of that stuff, like, hey, look, what do you call it? Is no longer airborne.
Yeah. It's now a terrestrial city.
Not by choice.
Yeah, I guess I'll walk up to the nearest airship.
All right. There's 3 airships docked. One large one, 2 large ones, and a smaller model. It is breezy up at this height, but there are railings to prevent you from falling back down.
Ours is staying as far away from them as possible.
Well, I was gonna say they're all kind of interconnected rope bridges, so you do have to cross them to get around.
This seems...
But it is hustling and bustling. People are loading cargo. People are waiting for their ships to arrive.
You know that scene from Spirited Away when Chihiro is going down the stairs and she's starting out just sort of like on the ground, inching down the stairs?
The stairs that have no railings that are attached to the side of a building over a cliff?
Yes.
Yes, horrifying.
I've never seen it.
That's Mars right now.
Okay. I'll walk up to the nearest person and be like, we need to apprehend your airship. It's an emergency.
All right, you see a dragonborn-looking fellow kind of checking off boxes in front of the smaller ship, and you kind of approach and he gets a little startled and he goes, what?
This is a state of emergency. We know where what is it? Dextros has gone missing, and we know where it's crashed. We need to go there immediately and see what we can do to help the people that have survived.
Hugo, just show him the mirror.
Yeah.
Look, we need to mount a rescue. Dextros went down.
All right. Who would like to helm a persuasion check?
Me?
That's all you have.
Yeah.
Mars.
I don't know why.
Not Mars.
But go ahead, make your persuasion.
32.
He's kind of like he kind of looks over the 3 of you, and he's like, okay. I mean, we were just finishing unloading cargo. We were about to take off. I guess if you want to tag along, we can.
Yes, we need. No, it's not tagging along. We're apprehending your vehicle. We're going straight there.
No. We're tagging along. We don't know how to drive one of these things.
Well, yes, they're going to drive us there, but we're going there. We're not like we have to make a detour.
Yes,
yeah.
and if it helps, think about the glory of helping a fallen city that you'll get. Please
Yes.
just hurry. I can't be on these bridges anymore.
The bridge starts swaying back and forth. He goes, fine, just hop aboard, we'll take you, but you're not apprehending my ship.
We'll see about that.
Apprehending is. I agree. Apprehending is a strong word. Now let's just get on the fucking boat.
Okay. He kind of like ushers you along the gangplank, which doesn't have any railings either.
Mars is just like crawling on it.
He's kind of like pushing you in the back, trying to get you up the gangplank. And he goes, listen, just, we'll take you wherever you want to go. Just don't take my ship. I kind of need it for business.
I'm not going to
We're
take
not-
your ship.
We weren't gonna take your ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
We weren't going to take your ship.
So, you all load on board the ship.
Do I look like I want a boat? A flying boat?
We should get Mars some boots of flying.
Ah!
But
I can
It's
make
fine,
them.
Mars.
he loads you aboard the ship, and you see it's a smaller ship. It's mostly for quick little trips across the continent. It's not meant to go over like large oceans. But he loads you all up. The ropes are untied, and you start to drift away from the top of Black Core, off to the sky. And he kind of looks and says,
Look,
"Well,
Mars, we're getting even higher in the air.
Mars is nowhere near the edge of the boat to look.
he's kind of like, so where am I taking you?" As he shouts from the helm.
North?
Hugo gives the coordinates.
All right. Yes, you would know them. He takes you up into the air across the clouds towards the fields of plenty. Yeah, fields of plenty.
I have an idea. I'm dressed like a pirate captain now, with a big hat and a feather.
Yes, such a great outfit to put on when we just said we're not going to be stealing the ship.
I'm not
All
going
right.
to steal it. It's fine.
But he takes you out and he goes, "It'll be about an hour's journey to the fields of plenty, but I guess we'll drop you off and be on our way."
Sure.
No.
Sure, it'll be great. Yeah, you'll totally want to drop us off once you see what we see.
God.
Why haven't you guys just shown him the mirror yet?
Because it doesn't. How does the mirror work?
It basically casts a
think
scrying
it's just-
spell.
Yeah, so it's just the person that's using it that gets the vision, not everyone.
It's on an LCD
Right?
screen.
Or does it not? Or maybe does it show up on the?
No, it casts the scrying spell, and then the person who is attuned to the mirror not attuned, but the person who uses the mirror facilitates the scrying spell.
Right. Okay.
But he takes, if there's nothing else you guys would like to do, an hour goes by, and eventually he comes out of the cloud banks over these large green fields, and in the distance you can see what once was Dextros crashed and slammed into the ground, having skid hundreds of feet, just ruined a large portion of this area.
I'm going to go up to the ship captain and point at the carnage and go, morally, do you feel it correct to leave now witnessing this?
You can see there is shock on his face, like his eyes are kind of wide and his mouth is like partially open, and he like shakes his head and he goes, "We'll drop you off and then we'll head back to Black Core and start gathering more people, gathering more sky ships and alerting the
Thank you,
authorities."
please hurry.
He goes, "Unfortunately, we can't. This sky ship can't lower itself too far, so you'll have to take one of our dinghies."
A sky dinghy!
That's fine. Hugo just falls off the edge.
Mars, absolute fear and like, why do I keep surrounding myself with crazy people?
Well, Hugo can cast some things.
Octavian can also cast fly.
Yeah, so you don't technically need to take the sky dinghy.
Yeah, I can just cast fly on us. It's fine.
All right, you all take off from the ship and head down.
Mars screams.
When you cast a spell using a fourth level, you can target one additional creature for every spell above third level. All right, so I'll cast a fifth level fly.
All right. You all are flying.
Yeah.
As you begin to disembark the ship and head down towards the city, give me perception checks, all of you.
Oh, I need dice.
Oh,
Ooh.
why isn't my character sheet?
I got a 13, and Gus got a 21.
1 second. My character sheet didn't pull up.
You're fine.
You said perception?
Perception.
I got a 10. Ugh.
Okay, I'll pull up.
I got a 20.
Well, shit.
Well, a dirty 20.
I got a 13, and Gus got a 21.
All right. So, you all see little campfires emerging around the edges of the city. And as you get closer, you can see figures and people moving about, pulling stuff from the wreckage. Looks like there's some makeshift tents.
Mars locks on to the firelight and just gets down to them as quickly as he can.
Once we land, I'll start performing the spell.
All right.
I will cast Mirage Arcane.
Mars also, as soon as he hits the ground, starts praying.
And kissing the ground. I'm sorry, I left you again.
This is a hell of my own creation.
Yes.
Yeah, before I take fall damage, I cast Radiant Soul on myself, which allows me to have 2 incorporeal wings that allow me to fly.
All right.
Oh, cool.
So you guys had cast flying, were flying, but you watched his Hugo is just plummeting. But for the last minute, you see these large wings
Hugo!
unfurl.
Oh my god! Pull up! Pull the shoot! God damn it!
But you watch as
Oh, guess-
the large wings unfurl and he glides his way back down.
All right, so Mirage
I
Arcane.
probably touched down before you guys did.
Yeah. Again, Spartan over here. He's falling from orbit. All right, so I have 1 square mile worth of room to work with.
Okay.
I'm going to make a oh goodness.
How long does it take to cast that spell?
It takes 10 minutes to cast it.
Okay, so I'd probably be done praying and kissing the ground before 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Can I try and find whoever's in charge right now?
Of course. As you land, give me an investigation check.
Another dirty 20.
All right. You land and you immediately see people kind of like at first kind of hesitate before rushing over to you. And you see maybe, some women and children, some guards in their armor, but they're beat to hell and they look fatigued. And they kind of like run and like just surround you and like, are you here to help? Are we saved? And they start to surround you.
Yes. Please, everyone remain calm. We are the initial party of the rescue team.
Don't tell them the name of our group because it'll just make them more anxious.
Yes, of
Hi,
course.
we're the Death Crew. Oh fuck!
I was gonna say the initial party of the rescue team.
They go, are you any good at fighting?
Well, I
Yeah.
am a grave cleric, so
Because the giants could be back any minute.
The Giants.
Giants?
Yeah, hill giants.
Oh, boy.
They infest the fields of plenty. They've been coming and taking people and I don't know.
Fucking them.
No.
oh boy, Octavian, you should probably get to work.
Yeah, I'll get to work. All right. Now that I know that there's giants, all right, I'll start casting the. I'll just start. I'll pull out my. What instrument do I have on me at the moment?
Hugo, help me attend to any gravely injured, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I have?
Do you have a tent for the severely wounded?
He goes, yes, Lucas is currently tending to them.
Okay, take us to the most grievously wounded first, please.
Okay.
I'll pull out my loot.
One of the guards ushers you towards a larger tent, a little beaten up, but some tears. But you do see people coming in and out, and it looks like they're, the wounded are coming in, and the other wounded are coming out, bandaged up and to the best of their abilities. And then what were you doing, Octavian?
I pull up my loot and I start playing it, going, "We built the city." We built this
Oh my
city.
God.
We built this city. And as I'm doing this, I'm casting Mirage Arcane. It takes 10 minutes to cast, but it's 1 square mile. I'm going to create like a fortified, consecutive, like a wall, and then like little houses and little like cabins and stuff, and then another wall, and then a big like little fortress in the center.
Okay. Now, are these physical
Yeah.
things, or are they just mirage?
Yeah,
They're
they
physical.
are physical, tactile, audible.
Yeah,
You can interact with them. You can touch them. The only thing is that if you have true sight, you can see that it's an illusion, but you can still interact with it. However, anything that is in that is within this area that was created by the spell, if it's removed from the area, it disappears.
for
I
all
can't, like,
intents and purposes, it's all
Yeah,
real.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do this, and people immediately kind of like freak out at first before kind of like looking around, like what just happened?
It's fine, everyone. It's fine. There's like a big tower in the center that just looks like
If we have any archers, we should probably get stationed in that tower.
They nod, and you see a detachment of maybe 5 or 10 guards, still beat up pretty badly, heading up there with bows. And as you approach the main tent, you see the flap thrown open, and you see an older human man dressed in plate mail, carrying a greatsword. He's beat up as well, but he looks to be in charge. And he kind of like sees, he like gets a little shocked. He sees what just happened. He didn't see it happen, but he's like, what the hell? He's like very confused as to why this.
Bard magic.
yeah.
I just walk in and say bard magic. Don't ask questions.
We gotta go to the
Where's
main
the most
tower in
injured?
the center.
Say again, Mars.
Who's the most injured here?
He goes, take your pick, and he gestures into the tent. And you see there are people, they are hanging on by the thinnest of threads.
How many exactly?
At least 10 people. They look like a mix of just civilians and maybe a couple guards.
Okay, so I can expend 2 mass healing words and fix up all of these people. What's the lowest level I can spend on that spell? Okay,
Look.
3rd level. That's the lowest I can go on that spell.
Logan, in the center of the small little or the mile-sized fortifications I've made, in the center there was 100-foot tall little tower that I have flown to with Gus Gus, and now me and Gus Gus at the base of the tower are casting Private Sanctum, which is a 5-foot. It is a. It takes 10 minutes to cast. The area is a cube that can be either as small as 5 feet or as large as 100 feet on each side. The spell lasts for 24 hours. When the spell is cast, no sound can pass through the barrier. The barrier of the warded area appears dark and foggy, preventing anyone from looking inside, including dark vision. Sensors created by divination spells can't appear inside the protected area or pass through the barrier at its perimeter. Creatures in this area cannot be targeted by divination spells. Nothing can teleport into or out of the warded area, and planar travel is also blocked within the warded area.
Okay.
You're banned.
Yeah.
Shadow ban.
So no
And,
one can spy on us in our super tower.
And the first group of 6 people I heal are going to heal 4 HP.
Okay. And
And
the
the
second group?
second are going to heal 5.
Okay. So you watch, you You kneel down and begin to pray, and you see them. You all. I don't know. Octavian wouldn't be there. Hugo, would you be? Would you be there seeing this, or?
Yeah, I would be.
All right.
Be seeing Mars singing a hymn.
Exactly. You see him faintly glow, and this radiant light begins to emanate from him, and it slowly slowly flows over the wounded, and you see their wounds start to seal up. Most of the civilians are back to the, they seem completely fine. Some of the guards still look a little beat up, but they're out of, death's door.
Hmm. Better than nothing, at least.
All right. Octavian, you're in the
if there
tower.
really are hill giants.
Yeah. They are
Are there really hill giants? I asked the city guard.
one of Lucas, the head, the man in charge, is like, yes. After we crashed, maybe a few hours went by before they just descended upon us. We lost a lot of men, and we didn't take any of them down. They carried off some civilians, and we haven't seen them since. Octavian, you're in the tower
Yes.
at the top.
Yes.
Give me a perception check.
Cool. The tower looks like a Statue of Liberty, but it's me.
I hate you.
Yeah. And instead of a torch, I'm holding a mouse. I'm currently in the palm of the torch hand around the balcony around the mouse.
Okay. You see archers have taken positions along the tower, and there are a couple standing near you. They're guards. They're not like, the best of the
14.
best. They're like city guards. 14, you said?
Yeah.
Off in the distance, you do see 3 hulking figures slowly meandering towards you across the hills.
All right, I'm going to make my way down the tower, through the town, to the wall where they're coming from.
Okay.
However long that takes. Hopefully I'll meet them in time.
Did you gather anybody with you, or are you going by yourself?
I'll go by myself. Everyone can worry about the injured individuals and getting them into the walls of my little fortification.
All right. You do see people are slowly filtering into the internal walled section.
Excellent.
After maybe 10 minutes, you see these figures are getting closer. They're maybe 300 feet off. They're big,
Okay.
and they're not being stealthy.
Also, I forgot to mention, inside each one of the little buildings in the inside the buildings of all of these little houses, there is a small little statue of Arthur Sin with a plaque underneath it that says, "He is to blame for all of your anguish and troubles. His name is Arthur Sin. Know him well."
Okay, it's part of the spell. You do this.
Yep.
Mars and Hugo, you hear trumpet horns, and you see guards rushing off, most likely to defend themselves. And you see Lucas unsheath his greatsword and says, "If you can fight, follow me." And he heads off.
Oh, you haven't seen fighting yet.
All right.
It's a star fort, if that makes sense.
Yes, I see. I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
But after a few more minutes, you see the figures are about 100 feet off, and they are... Give me a nature check.
Who?
Octavian, you're the only one currently... Well, no.
Oh my god.
At this point, you guys would have arrived.
6. Okay.
I've got nothing.
Gus got a 15.
15? Okay, you all gather around one of the entrances. Are you on, like, the battlements, or are you down on the ground?
I'm on the battlement.
All right, are you all on the battlements?
I would assume so.
I just want to make sure. All right, you all are on the battlement, and you do see about 100 feet off hill giants. 2 run-of-the-mill hill giants, but then you see one who looks like he's wearing armor. And he looks a little bigger. And as they get closer, you see some of the guards on the wall with you. They're shaking as their bows are drawn, and a couple of them, they misfire and their arrows go off, and then they turn and just run away.
They're just giants, guys. It's not the thing to be afraid of.
Make a persuasion check as you try to
Inspire
inspire
them.
them.
26.
You keep asking Octavian to do that.
I know, I have to. I'm not going to give it to him.
26. It's fine, guys. They're just giants. You've all been children once and had to deal with adults bigger than you. What's the difference?
Adults don't eat us. And you see maybe 2 or 3 more people run off.
I mean, you don't know that.
Yeah.
But you're left with maybe
How
like
far away? are
about 50 feet at this point, and they've got rocks in their hands and they're ready to throw. And I'll give
they? 50
you
feet? Okay.
they are
I'm
a
gonna
l-
cast a spell.
they're a little surprised. They like look at the battlements and you see maybe the
You
bigger
said they're.
yes,
Sorry, you said they're within 50 feet?
50 feet now.
Gias the big one.
Oh, okay. What's the save on that?
Wisdom save. 1 second. What? I forgot what the lowest.
It doesn't matter. I
can
rolled a
guess-
1.
yeah, Well, I mean, I want to know which spell slot. I
Oh,
wanna
you're fine.
give
I'm
up
just-
for that.
It succeeds. He rolled a natural 1 plus 1, so 2.
Okay, what is
For the
lowest
level
I
five.
can-
I think Gios is a level 4 spell, or maybe it's level 5.
I can look too.
I am double checking. Yeah, it's a 5th level spell.
Yeah.
All
Then
right.
I cast Gios on the big one and I say, leave.
All right. You see him kind of. He's like about to huck a rock, before he kind of stops. Just kind of like looks around, turns, and starts to walk away. The
We'll
other
walk up to
two,
Mars.
the other two, like stop and like what? Okay, and they turn around and follow him.
Walk up to Mars and say, Mars,
Never mind.
I love the energy. That's a great spell, but I will warn you that you have to be very careful with wordcraft when you use that spell. You've told him a single command of leave. What
Well,
does that
isn't-
mean? Where
Doesn't
does he
Gios
go?
have to be a single word? 1 second, I'm
No,
double
Gios
checking.
is a,
No.
Gios is a phrase.
Okay, then I will say leave the fortress alone.
All right.
Oh, good. Okay, good.
Because I thought Gios was a single word phrase command.
No.
No. Command is a single word.
Yeah. Leave. Okay. And go where? Just leave.
Brain explodes.
Sorry, nothing beats Sam Riegel going with command monologue.
Monologue. Yes, that was the best.
All right.
Sam Riegel, yeah.
But he turns and starts to walk away, and the other giants look a little confused, but they start to follow. And you gave him the command to leave alone, correct?
Yes?
Leave the no. Leave the
Leave the fortress alone. And yeah, he doesn't need to understand common for the spell to work.
All right. Well, he starts to leave by himself, and the other two giants start to follow. And then you watch as he kind of rears back, and with his great club smacks one of them, and they all just, as they're walking away, they start to just squabble and fight.
Not a
But-
very organized force.
No, they're stupid.
Yeah, hill giants are not very bright. But they eventually
What is-
they eventually depart, and you see them crest over a hill and then vanish.
I'm
And
gonna
you-
turn to the guards. You were afraid of that? God.
They
Oh my god.
they didn't have a cleric with Gios with them before.
I will say to all of the guards, make sure everyone is aware of this fact. This foundation, this fortification, this entire little fort I've created and small village with inside, it only lasts for 10 days.
and it was one
10
of the
days from now, this
You-
will disappear.
Okay, but the rescue force should be
yeah you
back
see
within-
you see Lucas climbing the battlements, and he goes, hopefully a rescue will mount by the time your spell dissolves. But we
Yes.
do greatly appreciate this. If there's anything I can do in this time, I would be more than happy to.
Just tend to your wounded and
Very well.
make sure that everyone is sustained. Try to forage for food, find what you can. I cannot produce food with this spell, but all of the houses are furnished. All of the houses have the means to cook and the means to keep themselves warmed and maintained. However, the supplies to do so, such as food, is not present. I will turn to Mark. I will turn to Mars and Octavian and say, "Oh, sorry, not Octavian. Hugo.
You look in the mirror.
Hi. No. Let's head back to the tower and discuss some things. Gus has made the tower a private sanctum so that we can discuss our next
Plan.
what's the term? Our next option to go forward in regards to handling our problem. We won't be spied on in any way.
Also, now that things have calmed down a little bit, did we notice the people who were running Hugo's shop?
Make an investigation
Oh,
check as you
God.
begin to ask around. You don't see them initially.
I got a 19.
19.
I also got a
Oh.
19.
All right.
Ooh.
You begin to ask around, and people are like, well, and they like start to scan the crowd, and they're like, some people haven't made it out of the city yet. It is,
There's still people trapped in there?
yeah, people are trapped. We've sent crews, but after the giants came back, Lucas had all the men, all the guards at least, stay here and fight. So no one's really gone back into the city to look for survivors.
Hmm. You really should have set up some sort of dock for the airships, Octavian.
That's what the tower's for. It's 100 feet into the air. They can access it through the mouse and the hand. It's with the airship dock.
Ah.
All right. But they're like, if you want to go in the city, you're more than welcome. Just if you see any remnants of the bowels, be careful. Creatures that were once sealed down there have now been seen out and about in what's left of the streets.
I don't think we
Oh,
have
boy.
time or the resources to delve into the city's wreckage to try and find people. There's more of them than there are of us to go looking for the survivors. We need to focus on making sure that this doesn't happen again, and we need to bring the fight to you-know-who. Any other conversation we have on this matter, I suggest happen within the tower so that you-know-who can't spy on us.
Subtle, Octavian.
What?
You're being absolutely subtle. Let's just go.
Yeah.
You're in the tower, and it is
Yes.
sealed as far as you know.
Beautifully beautifully furnished. It's incredible.
Okay.
Yes.
It looks like the set for that drag queen show you like.
Yes. Everything is like beautifully. Everything either has like little tiny angel motifs, or little skull motifs, or little elephant motifs, or little mice motifs.
Okay.
There's a table in the center with a smaller table
Yeah.
in the middle of it.
Yes, for Gus. All right. The Council of the Death Crew can convene here without worrying. I can teleport us because I know what the city looks like because of the Mind Flare. I can teleport us into the city.
All right.
Okay.
I still
But-
don't see how that's a smart idea.
They don't know that we're coming. And they don't know where we're going to come from or how we're going to approach. He doesn't even know that we know where he is.
I mean, if he's acting as the sort of central brain of the Mind Flayers. I'm sure he's aware that we detached that one.
Possibly. Or we don't. That's the thing, though. We don't know if the detachment also registers as death. You know what I'm saying? Because we killed others. You see what I mean?
True, true.
If we're going to attack Arthur Sin, we need a distraction. We need a, what's the term? A way to pull focus. Possibly turn that city against him.
We need ways to disguise ourselves, though.
I can do that for us. Not through magic that can be seen through, but just the art of costume and makeup, which no magic can peer through.
Well, I can alter myself.
All right, and Mars, how do you intend on disguising yourself?
I had left that to you.
I'll figure that out. We could try and
Problem is-
hold. Yes.
I can only do it for so long.
We'll need
Yeah,
a
there's-
safe house. Gus can provide us the safe house with his mansion. We can hide it too, and we can hide within inside of it and turn the door invisible. I think we should do. Here's my plan. So, as you've seen, Mirage Arcane. This spell lasts for 10 days. I think we arrive. I cast Mirage Arcane, but in a way that does not alert anyone initially. I will cast around the town posters. Posters of a event that will happen. Hopefully it will pique the interest of the denizens. I will also create, lack of a better term, a ticket booth in the middle of town. And there I will sell tickets for this event. Also, line our pockets, you know. Hopefully, while this is happening, I can possibly get information by eavesdropping on those who come to buy tickets at the ticket booth. While this is happening for those 10 days, as I'm accumulating this information, you two sneak around, possibly mostly Hugo, being that I trust your stealth abilities a little more. You go around the city, try to get information from people, or try to find where Arthurson is. But we don't attack just yet. We wait till the 10th day, which is when I do Mirage Arcane again and actually set up a festival to have the entirety, or at the very most, a good portion of the city distracted by the festival. Make it very loud, very noisy, very disorienting. But also not very, what's the term? Suspicious. Things you would expect from a festival of sorts. And that's when we spring. Maybe we make Arthur Sin the guest of honor.
The
Hold on.
only issue is this would probably be an excellent idea if the city and people we were trying to trick was populated with humans.
Drow like music. Duragar like music as well. Deep
But
gnomes.
this is a Mind Flayer city.
Oh,
It's not entirely a Mind Flayer city. There are Mind Flayers there, but it is not entirely.
It
Mind
is,
Flayer.
yeah. It's an Underdark city, to
Yeah.
be specific. So it has Drow, Durgar,
okay.
Deep Gnomes.
Yeah.
I was under the impression it was a Mind Flayer city.
And because they're in the Underdark, we know that the festival they'll be most interested in listening to is ska music. Everyone in the Underdark loves ska.
Ugh.
Kidding.
Why?
I'm kidding.
Okay,
love the
second
trumpet.
issue then. How are we going to staff this festival? It's not going to be much
I
of a
will play
party.
the role of every single person who will be performing.
All right, but it's not going to be much of a
Ah.
party if there isn't music playing.
I will play the music.
Across
Miles
an
will be-
entire mile's worth of a festival?
Oh, no. The festival won't be a mile's worth. Maybe I'll set up a stage somewhere, but the posters, the flyers will be a mile's worth. Possibly encompassing the entire city, filled with flyers and posters saying that's going to happen. I'll keep the spell to a minimum so that no one will suspect flyers and posters showing up, but they will suspect large fortifications of sorts.
I mean,
unless
they
it's-
might, since you just out in the open cast that spell here.
Well, they won't suspect it. They don't know that I cast the spell here.
They've
Again.
clearly been keeping an eye on us, Octavian.
But again, it's flyers and posters. Who suspects that?
All right,
gonna
but
know
then it
we're
also
coming.
comes down to whether or not these people have the ability to see through illusions.
Who's going to suspect illusionary flyers and posters?
Arthur Sin.
Arthur
Literally
Sin is
one of the most
man.
cautious. Okay, but he's still one of the most cautious and dangerous men we've ever met.
That is a good
He
point.
took down a whole city.
Yes, but again, the festival isn't necessarily meant for him. It's meant for the city to be thrown into a big, loud kerfuffle.
But again, he most likely controls that entire city.
Possibly.
So if he suspects, even for a second, that these posters aren't real, your plan falls out from underneath us.
You would have to be quite suspicious to suspect posters. But again, it is Arthur Sin we're talking about.
Yeah, he's the leader of one of the most dangerous crime organizations we've ever seen. I'm pretty sure he's going to have all of his what is the phrase?
Cronies.
No. All of his
Henchmen?
no, I'm not trying to say people, like the situation under control. Damn, I forgot that saying.
But it's assuming that he has true sight, or that anyone has true sight. That's not necessarily a skill or an ability most people have.
We
And they're
did see him.
tactile flyers.
We did see him cast some sort of illusory image of himself.
Yes.
So he's clearly some sort of magic user.
Hmm. But we need information more on the city. We can't just go in guns blazing. No offense, Hugo. We have to. We need to be stealthy. We need to be clever in this. Arthur Sin, his greatest flaw is that he undermines us, and he does not think that we're smart enough. He doesn't think anyone's smart enough to beat him. We need to show him otherwise. We need to give him such a layer of chaos that it consumes him.
Well, it's not like I have any better ideas.
Hugo, what do you think?
Hugo?
Hugo?
I'm thinking.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, I prefer a more direct approach.
And I mean, you could still get your direct approach. We'd just have to wait a bit.
Yes. By no means am I not saying that we shouldn't have a direct approach. I'm just saying we need to do reconnaissance. We need to know exactly what we're going up against. And once we have that window of opportunity, that's when we bring down the pain. That's when we bring down the hurt. He's a wizard or a sorcerer. He's a magic user of some renown, quite powerful. But no,
You have to spell magic prepared.
well, but no wizard or magic user is immortal. He's not a lich. At least not that we know
As far
of.
as we know.
Yeah. He's pompous. We have to use his perception of himself against him.
We have to be careful not to underestimate him ourselves.
Exactly.
That's a warning to you because you're saying we don't exactly know him. We know
No.
that he's cocky, and he is at least very confident because he crashed an entire city while casting an illusionary version of himself in our living room
Hmm.
to threaten us. So he clearly knows that he can get away with a lot.
We could just destroy the whole city. One for one, get revenge.
Ow.
Crash
And also, I'm not entirely down with killing potentially hundreds of innocents.
Good point. We could. Maybe there's a way to turn the mind flares against him. His control.
If we had a way to cast Greater Restoration on all of them, that could get the metal bits out of their heads.
Yes. Or a way to shut that down. I don't know. I still think we need to do reconnaissance. Maybe not the festival, but we have a way of staying hidden in the city. Gus Gus can provide us with that. With his mansion. It can be our forward base of operations, and he can hide it. We can pick the most inconspicuous place in the city. Place the door and hide within it. It can be our... And Gus Gus can also prevent people from getting in. Only we can enter. He can also make the door invisible. We can lead an operation from that place, get as much reconnaissance. I can go around looking for information, trying to weasel my way in. That's what I'm really good at. Is my type of stealth is making sure that everyone can see me.
You're a
Because
Black
they're
Widow
not-
type of spy.
That's correct. I use my physical charms. Hugo can be a little bit more stealth oriented. Survey the area. Try to figure out where he's located.
Is Hugo actually even any good at stealth? I
Not
don't think he's ever
particularly.
had to stealth.
I have advantage in stealth. I'm not like, oh my god, I can hide myself. I can disguise myself though, so it's not a big deal.
Also, Mars. But we need to figure out what to do with you, Mars. We need to figure it out. And you're
Yes, I'm-
Loxodon, which is a little harder to disguise to make yourself seem more...
Yes, I'm unfortunately the most conspicuous member of our group.
We could attach a little bit more tentacles and make your trunk look like a tentacle and just say you're a really big mind flare.
I mean, there
You don't
are
have
mind flayers who used to be Loxodon. It wouldn't be too big of a stretch.
Mars. Do you know the spell Alter Self? Can you cast that?
No.
Do you know the spell Disguise Self?
I don't think I can prepare that spell. 1 second, let me check.
Because Alter Self alters you like full like bodily, like you can look like another race.
You can't add limbs that you don't have, like wings or something, but you can
Or
alter
tentacles.
the way... Or tentacles, but you can alter the way that you look with the limbs that you have. However, your height is also a problem, as you can only make yourself slightly shorter or slightly taller. So you still
Yeah.
will be much bigger than most people.
No, I can't learn Disguise Self or Alter Self.
Darn.
I could
No,
just...
Alter Self, you can change your height as much as you want.
Oh,
You can set a limit.
but he still can't learn the spell.
Perhaps we can.
I look at the ring. Any advice?
You hear Hune pop up. From what I understand, you're in a little above my pay grade.
That's right, Hugh. Oh my god, I love Hugh.
Well, just any advice on how to sneak around or smuggle a large person or possibly an object? You're
Well-
a thief, aren't you?
She laughs, and she says, "Well, if you're trying to sneak something big into the city, from what I understand, from what I can glean from this conversation, it's a Underdark city.
Yes.
There are plenty of slaves.
I could make you look like a slave.
Well, you can't hear her.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can't
true.
hear her. So it's up to Mars if he wants to relay this to the rest of you. But she's like, I mean, if you can't make yourself look different, just make yourself blend in.
Yes, that might be our only option. We'll have to ask the Mind Flayer whether or not there are Loxodon slaves in the city.
Why wouldn't there be? A slave is a slave. It doesn't matter where you get it from.
Yes, but it would be strange if they've been like exclusively taking humans or something, and then all of a sudden they have a Loxodon slave. My people are rare. We tend to
Yeah.
notice when one of us goes missing.
But you're also the more valuable when one is managed to be attained as a slave. If you're
But I'm
so
just trying to
rare.
say it's harder to obtain a Loxodon slave.
A designer slave. Might say. My Prada. No.
We have to just be sure that I wouldn't stand out is the issue.
I could make you a very convincing looking slave.
But again, if it's known there are no Loxodon slaves in the city, I will still stand out.
Then I'm bringing you in. You're my slave. I'll be foreign to the city.
I don't like how easily you said that.
It'll be fine, Mars. I'll make it convincing, but I won't cross any boundaries.
Again, I'd just be more comfortable if we asked first.
I don't trust the Mind Flayer.
You can charm it again.
We'll be teleporting into the city anyway. I need to prepare. I go over to the part of the tower that is a big, what is it? What are they called? It's like the mirror cabinet seat thing that you put makeup on.
Vanity?
A vanity. I go up to a giant vanity, open it up, pull out all my makeup kits, put it out on the table, and begin making myself look like a drowish person.
All right. Are you casting any spells, or are you just doing this straight makeup?
I have a disguise kit, so I will be using my disguise kit.
All right.
Yes.
What kind of roll would you like to make?
I think it's disguise kit. I believe.
Are you proficient in it? Is a better question.
Yes, I am proficient in using a disguise kit,
Then
and I
roll
also
your
have
disguise
one.
kit.
I'm going to look to see if Xanathar has like specific rules on how to use one, because I don't know exactly what. I don't know if it's like deception or performance. You know what I mean?
I gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
Tool proficiencies. Disguise kit. Ah, yes. Deception. The disguise kit includes cosmetics. Yes. Okay, so a disguise kit. I have DCs for copying a humanoid's appearance. So I want to make myself look like a drow. In
Okay.
certain cases, a disguise kit can improve one's ability to weave convincing lies. I can do deception checks, performance, or as a part of a long rest, you can create a disguise. It takes 1 minute to don such a disguise once you have created it. You can carry only one disguise on you at a time without drawing undue attention unless you have a bag of holding, which I do, or a similar method of keeping them hidden. Each disguise weighs 1 pound. I have them in my bag of holding.
Okay.
All right. I will do a deception check. I'll do a deception check. Been practicing my voices in the mirror as I'm putting on the makeup. I'm being like practicing as I'm creating this persona. A name. I need a name. I speak Elvish. I could probably figure out a good Elvish name. 33 for my deception.
Okay.
Yes.
Yikes.
We're just watching you like transform yourself like it's a episode of Face Off.
Yeah. My name will be. I need an Elvish name. An
Squawk.
Elvish name. For a female Elvish name. I will be a woman. Yes. My name will be.
Scrum.
Not Keyleth. No.
Maleficent.
Not
Maleficent.
Keyleth.
Not Keyleth. 82. Let's see here. Silakwi. My name will be Silakwi. Silakwi. And my last name as a family name will be
Maleficent.
Ariesas. Silakwi Ariesas. And yes, it is spelled at the very end S-U-S for sus, as I am an imposter. Once the ruse is open, I'll say, "What? Couldn't you tell the entire time? It was plain and simple. It was out in the open. My last name had sus in it. Of course I was a liar. Of course this was a deception."
Sus.
Sus.
All right.
So my name is Silakwi
I-
Ariesas.
You just pull out your
No.
lute and just start playing the Among Us song.
We may not have to go with the slave route.
Oh, all right.
If you give me a day, I can make a hat of disguise.
Oh,
Hat!
yes, of course.
Oh my gosh, your inner avarice is coming out.
Hugo, allow me to escort you to your section of the tower. It is a beautiful workshop that I've built. It has a lovely little hearth, and like a workshop. All of the armor stands are just like, they look like tinier armor stand versions of Sphere, and the actual hearth itself, or the forge rather, it looks like a giant elephant, and like an elephant's head, and the ears are the big billows to make the fire get bigger.
That's amazing.
Yeah. There's also a small desk for finer tinkering work. I don't know exactly what tools you needed, but I did make the area.
It's a hat. It's a cloth hat, so I'm not going to need the forge. Just the table will be fine. I will have to go into town, though, and find materials.
What do you need?
A hat.
I have a hat.
What kind of
He
hats do
has
you
several
have?
hats.
I have many hats. I pull out a jester hat. I pull out a sombrero.
Hmm.
I had many disguises.
Honestly, I
Do you
just
have
need
something a bit
simple.
more simple? Here, why don't you just take this? I hand him like my priest cap.
Oh, that works. This way, I don't have to actually alter the measurements.
And Mars, this is your room. I lead him to an empty room with a chair in the middle of it, and like a flange, a cat of nine tails.
That's awful.
I'm not that kind of priest.
Oh.
Our,
Octavian's greatly
my religion
reconsidering.
doesn't believe in self-torture for religious practice.
I just stand there, mouth agape, saying nothing. Like that.
You've
That actually
seen me
makes-
practice. You've seen me practice my religion. What
That
would
makes sense
ever
for-
make you? What would ever make you think that we whip ourselves to pray?
Honestly, it was your father that really put these ideas in my head. It's just how sadistic and that man was.
Well, he's just a sadist.
All right. Well, we'll just turn this room into a dance studio. How does that sound?
We'll just hide this in here. I walk over
Yes.
to a trash can.
Yeah. All right. All right. But don't
Also, I
refer to me as
love that you
Octavian.
just. My room is literally empty except for a chair and a whip.
Well, this was your special space. You have a bedroom also. Everyone here has a bedroom in the tower. But don't refer to me as Octavian. we all need to get into the mindset that I am now, as I say, completely dressed and looking just like her. Siliqui. Ariesis. I am Siliqui Ariesis.
Soliloquy. Stelaqua.
Yes, yes.
All right.
Siliqui Ariesis. Yes, yes.
Sussibaka.
Sussibaka. Now, background. Where do I come from? I am if we're not going with the slave owner route, which is a little bit better on my, I don't have to be mean to anyone. I am a traveling,
You could just be a bard.
I could be a traveling bard, yes.
Do they like bards in this town?
Who doesn't like bards?
There are plenty of places that don't like bards.
No, there's plenty of places that don't like me.
At least Octavian's aware.
Yes. I accept that I am a nuisance.
It's what allows me to be an even greater nuisance.
Yeah, I was given I was told I could either go down in infamy or fame, and I didn't care which one. Attention is attention.
Good God.
Yeah. You might single-handedly be the worst bard the world that I have ever heard of. Yes, but you have heard of me.
Yes, you're going for the Jack Sparrow route.
Ariesis. What is Ariesis? I'm a dancer and a singer.
You're a bard who doesn't do any bard work. You're just annoying.
I'm a speaker. I'm very good at talking and performance and things along those lines. I'm also very good at spycraft.
Yeah, but
Now-
just like Jack Sparrow, who never did any piracy, the only reason
Yeah.
he's a pirate is because he freed slaves.
He was labeled that because he went against a government.
Good for
Okay.
Jack Sparrow.
Good for him. I'm a performer. Yes.
A great way to hide a needle is in a haystack, after all.
Mm-hmm. Performer. Yes, I can still do the Mirage Arcane thing. Say that I'm coming to town.
Or no, wait, how does that saying go? I think it's a great way to hide a rock is on a mountain.
Yes. A great way to hide sand is on the beach. I'll say Soliloquy is coming to town. In 10 days, the festival will happen. Maybe I'll bring a festival with me. Something.
You probably shouldn't wear this disguise outside of a safe space, because if he does have some sort of scrying spell on us, if he sees you wandering around with me and Hugo, he'll piece together who you are.
I'll just make sure to separate myself from you the moment we enter the city. And I will only be able to... we will only convene with one... Even if we see each other out and about in the town. We do not talk, we do not engage unless it makes sense. The only time we engage with each other is when we retire to Gus Gus's mansion, where we are safe.
Wait, yeah, if he has a scrying spell, would a disguise even work?
No.
No, it wouldn't. That's why I want the amulet of proof against scrying.
You know, if we raided the fallen town, we might find one.
It is true. We could very well find one, but it does feel a little bit like grave robbing.
I'm a grave cleric. That's not an issue with me.
Actually, I think it is, technically. It's defiling the dead.
Nah, just their possessions. That doesn't really That doesn't really mean anything after you die.
They don't need it. They're dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We just put the souls to rest and move them on to wherever they need to go. Everything in the material plane is fair game.
Wow.
Hmm.
And I mean, you have to respect the bodies, but their possessions are just objects.
Hugo, could you make amulets of proof against detection?
It's a bit out of my expertise.
Well, you can at least make this hat of disguise, which will make. Yes.
I mean, if I had instructions, I can learn. I think I can learn spells that prevent scrying. If I had
instructions, one of them.
If I had instructions on how to do it, you could probably build the amulets, and then I could bless them. Let me just check. Let me just
Well-
check if I can learn these spells.
Would be a little bit more than that to make a magic item.
Well, yes, I know, but infusing an item with magic is work. I just don't know how to do it. If I can cast the spell, though, it should be pretty simple if I knew how to do it.
I've got to find a way into the city. Well, I have a way into the city. I need to find a way around it.
Oh, I've already got scrying,
Yes.
which I
You need
don't
proof
really need.
against
I don't really need that since we've got that mirror now.
Well, how much of a rush are we in, honestly?
Not that big of a rush. We could try to make this plan a little bit more concrete. And I can
Yes, and
keep.
we can procure items that will protect us from any kind of mental abilities.
Yes. This fortress will last 10 days. And Gus can remain here and keep casting Private Sanctum every 24 hours to ensure that we are not perceived in this place. And after the 10 days, I can cast Mirage Arcane again and recreate this area. We can take the time and make those. Do you think we should delve into the city? Oh, Mars, do you have locate object?
I believe I do.
We could use locate
Uh,
object and try to find one of these amulets.
Yes, I do have locate object.
We could try and see if we can find some within the city.
Don't I need to
Also-
don't I need to know?
You need
These
to know
things-
of the thing.
You need to be within range as well.
Yeah.
What is the range?
But
of
who knows
locate
what sort of items are lying around in the city? We might as well go into the city and maybe scavenge and find something.
Yes. Who knows? We could find more rings.
I mean, there are
Oh,
plenty of,
as long as it's within
there
1,000 feet of me.
there are plenty of magical shops within the city.
Yes. Bound to have something. We could also possibly find the remains of some noble people or some higher up political figures that most definitely probably had amulets such as that.
Such as the
Hmm.
college.
Yes, such as the college.
It was a magic college. They've probably got a plethora of means of preventing scrying.
Hmm.
You could always ask around the civilians, see if they know anything.
Hmm.
I say we go into the city and see what we can dig up from the ruins.
I say so as well. Who knows? We
Octavian,
could
why
even-
don't Since you're so good at persuasion, you could probably persuade some of the citizens to tell us whether or not whether or not they know of people who had scrying preventing items.
All right. I'll go outside of the tower.
Okay.
And
I'm
I'm
just
gonna
gonna
look
shout
for
outside.
Yeah.
Hey, anyone have any scry preventing things?
Yeah, I'll go to the captain of the guard or whoever what was his name?
Lucas.
Lucas.
Lucas. I'll look for Lucas.
Okay. You find him attending to a tent. Not a tent, I'm sorry, attending to a
Hello,
person.
Lucas. I was wondering, were you aware of anyone in the city that possibly had amulets of proof against detection or things along those ilk?
Well, there. Let me roll for him. See if he remembers anything, because he's an older human.
And hey, while we're in the city, we can also mount a rescue.
If we do find anyone.
Because if you're looking for magical items,
Yes.
it's probably still intact, but the Magic College had a vault where they stored majority of their magic items. It's in
There's
the bowels,
ticket.
however.
That's fine. There's nothing in those bowels that we can't handle.
I mean, we don't know that.
He kind of shrugs and says, "Your funeral."
All right. And they're magic items, so they won't break as easily. So they're probably still intact. It's just probably going to be a little difficult to get to them. Thank you so much, Lucas. How are you liking the cottage?
He goes, "It's much better to have a fortified location. Hopefully those hill giants don't come back. But if they do, we'll be prepared."
Gios lasts for a few
Ever.
hours. What?
I think Gios lasts... No, sorry. 9th level Gios lasts forever.
Yeah, I didn't cast it that high. I don't
Yeah,
have
no.
9th level spells yet.
Yeah.
1 second. I cast it at the lowest possible one. That was level 5, so... Oh, it lasts a month.
Yeah.
Great. Plenty of time.
Yes, You would probably know that, so you can relay that to him. That at least the big one isn't going to come back for a month.
Yeah, the big one who looked like he made most of the rules won't be come back for about a month.
All right. He goes, that's fine. We'll be fine.
All right. I'm gonna head back to the tower.
And
Boys.
I mean, technically though, the spell would only last for 10 days because once the fortress is gone, he doesn't have to leave the fortress alone.
Also, when I left the tower, I put disguise self on I shifted the way I looked to look like myself normally, so that he didn't think a random drow just walked into his.
Okay.
Yeah, because I have disguise self at will. But yes. All right. So, boys, there's a vault for the college that was filled with magic items. Apparently, we could try and find that vault, get what we need, and get out. Who knows? We could find a weapon of untold proportion in there. But it was in the bowels.
It's very true.
Yes.
We'll definitely need to rest up.
Let's take a rest.
And we could also see if we can take some of the healthier city guards. Before that, actually, I will go and see if I can gather any volunteers to help us find survivors.
Well, Mars, they should just go look by themselves. We need to focus on looking for the vault.
Yes, but
Or some
there's
of those
safety in...
soldiers will still need time to be healing.
Yes,
And
but that's the thing. Any volunteers I will heal.
Well, here's the thing. In case something happens with your spell, what if those giants come back? Then they'll be spread too thin.
I suppose you're right.
I think it's best we just leave them here to protect that what they still have. It's easier to keep track when it's a smaller group. We don't have to. If it's just us, we don't need to worry about making sure all of these guards come back alive. But let's take a rest.
All right. You're resting in the tower?
Yeah. Yes.
Easily enough. I'll say it was towards the end of the day, so you can wait a few hours and then it's nightfall and then you can all fall asleep. But
Yes. So we should go first thing in the morning. The private sanctum spell lasts 24 hours, and if we casted it late in the day, we have plenty of time to return before it goes away.
Yep.
All right. Let us delve.
And I'm sure the. Oh, actually, should we tell somebody that we're going into the city?
I told Lucas that we were going to go.
Yeah, so hopefully they don't just abandon us
Yes.
once the ships show up.
We can teleport back easily.
Yeah.
Yes, but what about any survivors we end up bringing back with us?
Well, we'll just let them know we're looking for survivors as well.
Yeah.
So no one
Oh,
gets
and I
left
can set up a
behind.
sanctuary inside the city so that monsters can't just get in and hurt any survivors we find.
Good. You put the sanctuary on top of my little fort thing.
Actually, yeah, I forgot about that, actually. I forgot about that spell entirely. How big is that spell?
Which one?
I'm trying to set up a sanctuary. I don't have that prepared right now, actually.
Well,
So
it's the
that-
start of the day. You could prepare it now. You just took a long rest.
Yeah, that's correct. I'll set up that spell so I can cast that for the fortress.
all right.
Yes. Let's delve.
Ooh. So you all get your long rest?
Mm-hmm.
Morning
And when I
comes.
wake up,
Yes.
I will cast. Where is it?
Sanctuary? Sanctuary!
Yeah, where is that? I can't. I could have sworn I got it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you would have it at this point as well.
That's so weird.
What level is Sanctuary?
Oh, it's only a first level.
What?
I think we're thinking of the wrong spell.
We might be, yeah.
Yeah. Do you mean like Chapel of or something of Faith? Temple of Faith, I think it's called, or
I'm trying to. What was that spell that created like a space where people couldn't just where I could like exclude certain types of monsters from coming in?
oh, that's Magic Circle, I believe.
Oh yeah, that's not big enough. Then never mind. Well, let's just go.
Okay.
All right. So you descend the tower and begin making your way into the ruins, and you see immediately they have begun pulling out people, and you see a lot of bodies gathered around, mourners crying over them. But they don't seem to be pushing too much farther into the city. And as you begin to push in, one of the guards kind of like stops you, and he's wounded, and he comes up and says, "If you're going in the city, please be careful. The creatures that infested the bowels have found themselves coming to the surface. So
If we encounter any of them, we will dispatch them entirely.
because that would be greatly appreciated. But if you
I
find any,
also cast I
Go ahead.
cast a first level heal wounds on him, so he gets 11 HP.
Yeah, he like his arm was in a sling and he like takes it out and he like stretches it and he goes, "Thank you, I appreciate that."
Hey, gotta watch out for the first line of defense, right?
He goes, "Well, I guess a little tip: if you're heading into the city, if you see people and
Mhm.
they're acting a little out of sorts,
Concussions.
be prepared. There are things in the bowels that like to pretend to be other things."
I mean, we've run into what was that thing called? The slime monster that took over that one guy?
An Ublex?
Yeah, from our first session.
Yep, all the way back. But he goes, just be prepared. They like to pretend. And they're
I
very
love pretending
convincing.
too. So am I.
Kind of raises an eyebrow and gets back to clearing rubble.
Monsters that like playing dress up. Have fun.
So, you begin to enter the city ruins. All of you give me survival checks as you try and navigate your way, because it was smashed into the ground. There's no level ground. Everything is jutting up. Buildings are upside down. Some are just gone.
I got a 6 and Gus got an 8.
I got a nat 1.
Hugo?
Oh boy.
Oh golly gee.
11.
11.
11.
You guys spent 2 or 3 hours just trying to climb the first obstacle. This large house that is toppled over. And Hugo, you get to the top pretty quickly, but the rest of your companions keep slipping. Rocks break out.
I'm too heavy.
They go through a door and it leads to an empty room. But
I'm too
eventually,
heavy and the rubble
yeah.
keeps collapsing underneath me.
after about 3 hours, though, you do crest over and you see expanding before you is just the ruins of the city. But you can see obvious paths that have been traversed. You see, not people, but you see corpses, and you see a lot of just destruction. But in the distance, you can make out the silver dome that once adorned the Magic College off in the distance. That is still not, it's intact, but it looks like it's slid from its upright position and is currently resting at an angle.
Let's check there first. It should be near that spot. I cast fly on the party.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Don't ask why I didn't cast that when we first attended the house that we couldn't climb over, but
You just forgot you were going to climb
Yeah.
that wall.
I was gonna do it.
It became a
so-
matter of pride. after
Exactly,
the
a
first
matter
time
of
he
pride.
slipped.
Yeah. Yeah,
The
let's
first
fly
time he
over to the
slipped
dome.
became a matter of pride.
You guys
God.
coast over, and as you look down, you see plumes of smoke rising from what looks like fires that probably started or were left burning when the city crashed. You don't see anybody alive. You do see a lot of corpses, though.
Mm.
But eventually, you make your way to the Silver Dome, and you do see that the main entrance is still relatively intact. The large staircase leading up to the double doors. But it's blocked by a large stone pillar that has fallen across it.
God,
Fucking fruit
I
fly.
can't imagine how horrifying being in a falling city would be.
I'm
How big
assuming
is
it's
the
a
stone pillar?
It's about 30 feet long and 5 feet wide.
Oh, I'm gonna lift it.
I'm gonna wreck it.
Magically,
Why am I moving out
or
of our way? No, I have a strength of 19. I can probably
Okay.
lift it.
yeah, go ahead, give me a strength check.
It's that artificer strength.
Yeah. He's using
I
his
have
brain muscle.
The gauntlets of
Ogre power.
Yeah.
power. Yeah.
He's beginning to believe.
Oh wow. 18 plus 4, so 22.
22. So, you guys are sitting there kind of contemplating how to move it. Hugo just pushes you out of the way, wraps his arms around it, and just starts to lift it and nudge it just enough to the left that you guys can skirt around the edge and get into the doors.
It's like the gold gauntlets from Ocarina of Time. You can lift the big boulders and throw them.
You just pick it up and like chuck it.
But you do have entrance inside now.
Yes, excellent. Vault. To look. Let's look
All right.
around. Let's see if we can find.
As
the
you open the
vault might
doors,
be.
it's pitch black. The artificial light sources are gone. The dome itself casts this dark shadow that just completely blocks out the sunlight. It is pitch black.
Gus
I have
Gus.
dark
will-
vision.
Yeah, Gus
All
Gus
right.
will cast light. Pew!
All right, fucking fruit fly. But it illuminates, and the inside looks relatively intact. The large stone towers that, it's been a while since you've been here, but it is still relatively the same as it was when you entered. The large stone towers that climb to the top of the dome with varying windows and entryways, staircases wrapped around them.
We need to be looking down.
All right, give me an investigation check then.
A 7. And Gus Gus got a 21.
21. So, after Octavian, you get a little distracted by books that had toppled over, and you remember them being standing up straight. So you begin to restack
Wow.
them.
Of course.
As Gus kind of like pulls on your shirt and points over to a small staircase, a little broken, but it looks like it's leading down.
I think Gus Gus found
Yes.
something, guys.
Leave it to the mouse to find all the hidden passageways.
Well, remember, Hugo wasn't the only person from this city. So was Gus Gus. This was his home, and as a mouse, I'm assuming he knew a lot more about the city's inner workings than even Hugo.
Yes, of course. That's what I was saying.
Yes. He's a Brooklyn boy. No, he's...
All right.
Hey, hey, gobble gobble.
Yeah. Gabagool.
All right, but you begin to descend down the staircase, and at a certain point, it kind of like breaks and just is empty darkness. But Hugo, with your dark vision, you do see it's only maybe like a 20-foot drop before it ends to a hallway again.
Just float down. Or no, fly only lasts 10 minutes. I'm not casting that again.
Yeah, so you are no longer flying.
Yeah.
But you guys hop down
Just lower myself down.
Yeah.
easily enough.
Same.
You guys begin to head down the hallway, and it's very reminiscent of the bowels.
I just realized something, but where's Sphere in all of this?
Well, he's, on my back.
Yeah, I
As
assume
a
unless Sphere's unless someone tells me that he is staying behind, Sphere is always with you somehow.
Yep.
All right.
You wear him like a backpack.
But as you begin to progress, you start to hear talking. Hushed tones coming from a little ahead around a corner. And
I'll go invisible and run up ahead.
okay. As you get closer, invisible. Are you trying to be stealthy?
Yes, I'll be stealthy.
Give me a stealth check.
I have advantage because I'm invisible. That was a 19.
Okay. So you round the corner and you peek out and you see two figures standing in front of some rubble, quietly talking to each other.
I get right up next to them.
All right. One appears to be a taller human male, and the other one is looks like a gnome female, and they are talking. They're like, I'll just recite the conversation, but basically, they start talking about like, well, no one's come down here in a few days, or not a few days, a few hours, so maybe we should move on to different hunting grounds. And then the other one's like, no, someone will come. We just have to wait.
What?
I'm going to say in a very mischievous voice, and I'll say with minor illusion, making my voice kind of echo kind of around me in a way. Like, as I slowly become into view, as I begin to like materialize, looking like the drow, but I'm going to accentuate the features in a more sylvan-y, kind of fayish way, and be like, "And what exactly are we hunting for?" Pardon the intrusion.
You see
Oh my god.
both figures turn to look at you. You watch as one shrinks down and disappears into the ruins, and the other one begins to grow in size. And I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh no, not these guys again.
Got a 13.
I got a 19.
These guys.
Just got a 21.
We haven't seen them in this session, but we've been dealing with them in another game.
I rolled a 3.
Octavian, what'd you get?
I got a 13, and Gus got a 21.
All right. Up first is the one that didn't disappear. And what is it going to do to you? Let's see. It's going to make 2 attacks against you. The first one is a 25
That hits.
and a 14.
That also hits.
Okay. You take... Oh, didn't roll. You take 22 points of bludgeoning damage and 8 points of psychic damage.
Damn.
Hold on, I'm reading one thing. Okay. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
All right. 17.
All right, you're fine. So you get hit and you feel your mind kind of like racing, and then slowly you feel something being drained out of you before you shake it off. It is now Gus's turn.
Gus. Fry these bastards. Gus is going to cast Fireball on both of us.
Okay.
Oh my
It's a
god.
dex saving throw, right?
He's going to cast Fireball at 5th level, and he's going to make a pocket for just me and him.
What's the saving throw I need to make? Dex of...
Dex of 18.
Oh, he fails with a 17.
Is the other person within range? It's
The other one?
Uh,
How big is the range? And can it go
it's a
through the
20-foot
rubble?
radius.
Would it be able to go through the rubble?
It spreads around corners and ignites
Then
flammable
yes,
objects.
it would go
in
through the
area.
rubble. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll roll for him as well. That's weird. An 18, so barely succeeds.
That's barely succeeds. So with a failure, he's going to take 31 points of fire damage,
Okay,
and with a success, it's going to take half as much.
so 31 would be 16. No, 15. No, yeah, 15. Take the lower. Is that the end of
However,
Gus?
they can't see him because he's in my clothes.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you watch as it just like launches, its arms turn into these tentacles and they just smack you twice, and then Gus just pops out, lights a little match, and an explosion wraps around. Mars and Hugo, you hear this, but do not see what is happening as you guys were still back at the other end of the hallway.
Yeah.
So that's the end of Gus's turn.
Yes.
Mars, you're up.
All right. I guess I'm running up to go see what happened.
Okay. What's your speed?
30 feet.
Okay. You get to the edge of the hallway and just around the corner, and in the distance about 20 feet away, you see Octavian and what looks like a figure just kind of standing there. The figure is on fire, and there's flames licking at the walls. If you want to dash, you can get the full distance, or you can cast a spell.
Yeah, I'm going to cast a spell from just about this distance.
All right.
Hmm. The spell banishment just says I send it to another plane of existence. Do I get to choose which one?
No, it's a pocket dimension
yeah.
unless they are not from the material plane. You send them back to their original plane.
Well, it says you attempt to send a creature that you can see within range to another plane of existence.
Okay.
doesn't
can
s-
you read further.
If the target is native to the plane of existence you're on, you banish the target to a harmless demi-plane. While there, the target is incapacitated. The target remains. So yeah, you're right. It's just to a harmless demi-plane. Damn.
Assuming that they're not from our dimension, you'll send them back to their own.
Yeah, if they are from a different dimension, they'll just go back home.
I'll say if you want, you can make a nature check to see if you can determine if they're from a different plane.
Nah, I don't really care.
Okay.
I cast Banish on it.
What's the save?
It's gotta do a charm or a charisma.
Okay. A total of 17.
He succeeds, damn it.
All right, so you cast it. You watch it starts to...
I'll use silvery barbs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He has disadvantage now.
Natural 20, so the 17 stands.
Oh, damn.
I'll give advantage to silvery barbs. I'll give advantage to Hugo.
Okay.
Um,
Is that the end of your turn, Mars?
Yep.
Octavian, you're up.
I'm gonna look at him now, like writhed in fire. Be like, "How dare you touch me!"
Okay.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to
Oh,
unsettling
hold on a
words
sec.
him.
No, it's fine.
Oh.
Continue.
Unsettling words him. And is the other person I'm going to cast Otto's Irresistible Dance on him.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I'll grab his hands. Strike a pose.
What's the
He
saving
needs to do a
throw?
wisdom save. He needs to do a wisdom save.
He has
He's going to
disadvantage
subtract-
because he was damaged by fire.
And he also
It's a natural 1.
he has to subtract a 6 from it.
So -5.
Yeah. So now you choose one creature you can see within range. The target begins to comically dance in place, shuffling and tapping its feet, cappering for the duration. Creatures can't be charmed or immune to this spell. A dancing creature must use all of its movement to dance without leaving its space and has disadvantages on dex saving throws and attack rolls. While the target is affected by this spell, other creatures have advantage on attack rolls against it. As an action, a dancing creature makes a wisdom saving throw to regain its control of itself. On a success, the spell ends. However, it has to use its action to do so. And I'll just be dancing with it while on, like, making myself look like I'm on fire and just be like, "How dare you touch me? What are you
Okay.
doing down here?"
Okay. So it begins to dance,
Yes.
and it
Dancing
just
together.
starts. Yeah, you guys are doing doing a shuffle.
Yeah.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that was my bonus action and action. So yep, that's the end of my turn.
All right. You watch as between the cracks a little bit of red peeks out before the walls start to just ooze this red liquid pouring out of it. And you see a large mass of just slime squeeze its way through and land next to you. Okay. So I need let me see. I need everybody to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Even me?
Well, no, you're not yeah, you can't see this. So everyone who can. So Mars, Octavian, and Gus Gus.
So Gus got an 11,
I got a 21.
Okay.
and I got a 5.
Okay. So you watch as this twisting pattern of colors begins to just kind of weave its way around the hallway. And Gus Gus and Octavian, you are both charmed and incapacitated.
Oh, no.
Great.
Your speed is 0. But
Fantastic.
that's the end of its turn. Hugo, you're up.
Okay, so I get to the end of the hall, and
You
what
see-
do I see?
You see Mars, battle ready, but Gus Gus and Octavian are kind of standing there, arms slack, mouths agape.
Oh no. And then there's this fellow that's on fire.
And then, he's dancing, and he's on fire.
No, he's not
That's
dancing
definitely
because I have no concentration on the spell.
Oh, true. So he is no longer dancing.
But he looks aggressive.
He looks very aggressive, yes.
There's also the slime
Okay.
creature. that
Yeah, there's a
concentrates
giant
on us.
slime, and then the guy just kind of standing there.
All right. I'm going to take out a tiny whistle. I'm going to blow a little tune
Okay.
and cast Mordenkainen's Faithful Hound. It's going to be 30 feet away from me.
Okay.
So it's going to be right next to I would guess the slime.
What kind of hound is it? It's like a corgi.
No, it's probably something like a Doberman or something like that.
Oh, okay. A chihuahua. The battle chihuahua.
The worst possible thing it could face.
Yeah.
All right, so you summon an ethereal Doberman.
Well, here's the thing. No one can see it except for me,
Oh,
unless
okay.
someone has the invisibility.
Nope. Mars,
It
Octavian,
also
and Gus Gus.
cannot be harmed.
Okay.
I'm going to have it
Uh,
attack the
Good
slime.
puppy.
Okay. Which the slime, not the guy. Okay. Go ahead and roll
Yeah.
for attack.
Also, if there is anything ethereal or invisible, it can see it.
Okay.
Does a 21 hit the slime?
21 will hit.
Excellent. 40. $19 piercing damage.
Okay, so the hound bites on and tears a chunk of slime, which just like oozes through its teeth onto the ground.
Yeah, it's just some random slime just like gets thrown across a room.
Pretty much.
Does that interfere with its charm thing?
Let me see. It is concentration, so it does make a saving throw. Fuck. I don't know how. I haven't done this in a long time.
It's the damage. It has to do. So what was the damage? It
19.
took? 19.
19.
So it has to do half of 19.
So 8.
What's half of 19? So okay.
No, I'm
if
sorry.
It's not eight,
Not an 8. It'd be a 9.
okay, so it's a 10. If it's
10.
lower than a 10, it's just 10.
Intelligence?
Con save.
Con. Yeah, I have not done a concentration check. It's a 2. He fails. So,
Do I regain my senses?
yes, Gus Gus and Octavian, you are no longer under the effects of hypnotic pattern.
Oh, that takes me back. I only got that kind of trip from drugs.
Okay.
Oh my god.
It is still Sphere's
Sphere.
go.
Let's see.
One day
Hold
Sphere will kill Arthur
Sphere?
Sin. It's what he's been
Right.
made for.
It'll be
Sphere
like
can move.
the greatest
40
thing
feet.
ever. It'll be the greatest thing ever if Sphere gets the killing blow.
I'm looking forward to it.
Anyways, Sphere's just gonna move 40 feet up.
Okay. That's the end of your turn. It is now
Yeah,
the
'cause
man's...
They're
Okay.
how far away again? They're like how far away?
If you round the corner, they're about 20 feet away.
Okay.
If he has... Does he have a long-range weapon?
No, he doesn't.
No. Okay.
We can get him a
Melee.
gun.
Okay.
Get
do.
a gun.
So, let's see. What is this one going to do? It is still on fire, so... what do I want to do here? What do I want to do? Okay, it's got 3 of these, so I need everybody to roll a wisdom saving throw. Again? Yes, because this one also
Is this the
is
same?
hypnotic pattern. Mars
18.
is safe.
I got a 15.
You barely
Sphere's
succeed.
immune.
Sphere is immune.
And Gus got a 26.
Okay. Hugo, what'd you get?
What am I rolling?
Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. Oh wow, I rolled a 19. Oh my
Okay,
God.
you're all fine. So you see these lights kind of emanate around the hallway in these like psychedelic patterns, and you all shake it off. And you see the man looks quite startled. But that's the end of
So
his...
it wasn't the slime again. It was another person.
No, they're both... It was the other person.
Ah.
But that's the end of his turn.
Oh.
Gus, you're
Let's
up.
see what's going on. The man that just tried to do hypnotic pattern,
Yes.
Gus is going to cast chain lightning at him.
Okay, what's the saving throw? Dex?
It is a dex save, yes.
Now, would this also hit the Ublex?
Is it within a line?
They're standing next to each other, and you're right
You
in
create a
there.
bolt of lightning that arcs towards a target of your choice that you can see within range. 3 bolts then leap from that target to as many as 3 other targets, each of which must be within 30 feet of the first target.
Yeah,
A target can be a creature or an object and can be targeted only by one of the bolts. So yeah, both of them.
Yeah, both of them. I was going to say, they're standing right next
You
to
got
each
to do
other.
dex saves.
Okay, so that's a 7
Okay.
and 14.
Those both fail.
All right, give me damage.
They're both going to take 47 points of lightning damage.
Ooh.
Oh, ha ha ha.
So the one who the man, you hit him with a lightning bolt, and you watch its form kind of shimmer and then collapse into a white puddle on the ground. The lightning arcs off and slams into the Ublex, which takes the hit. Does it have any resistances? No, it does not. Takes the hit, but still keeps standing.
Marvelous.
Mars, you're up.
Okay. Should
Hold
I
on,
just?
I'll be right back. I got to go help with groceries.
Welcome back.
So sorry about that. So Mars, you're up.
At this point, another banishing wouldn't be worth it.
Your call.
Now do some damage.
How far away are they again?
For you, about 20 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna get within range of Spirit Guardians which is 15 feet, and cast that.
Okay. So your
I am
little
gonna
Oliphants
cast
begin to
that.
swirl around.
Yep. Here comes the damage. They have to do a Wisdom save, please.
Natural 20 plus 1, so 21.
Okay, they're gonna take 10 damage.
Okay. Is that the end of your go, or?
Yeah, I don't have bonus actions, I don't think. Nope, other than Shield Master, I do not have any bonus actions.
All right. Octavian, your go.
We've run into these things before. I'm going to cast Charm Monster on it.
All right. You
First, I'm going to do the cutting words, or my unsettling words.
As you cast a spell, it has no effect.
Mhm. Fantastic.
Did you try to cast a psychic spell on them?
I was trying to check a charm. It seems that good to know that they're immune to charm. So I did my bonus action, my action, and I guess I'll just I guess that's it. That's all I can do.
Okay. It is now its turn. You watch as it just disappears in a puff of purple smoke.
It teleports.
Give me an Arcana check.
Is it casting a spell?
Yes.
All right, then Gus is going to counterspell it.
Okay, let me see what level this is. What level are you casting it at?
He's going to cast it at 5th.
All right, immediately, it goes to cast Dimension Door. Gus catches it and stops it. And you watch as the Ublex kind of like, it's got all these faces appearing in and out of it, kind of like the faces start to go a little sour and a little concerned. But that
Time to
is
vote
its turn.
yes.
Hugo, you're up.
All right. Well, okay. So, Jesus, I don't want to use up like all my spells just in case like we find something that's even worse. um, there's a bunch of rubble on the floor, right?
Mm-hmm. It's behind it is
Okay.
just a complete rubble.
All right, I'm going to do um do conjure barrage. So if there's any like stones, like small stones and whatnot.
Okay.
You can do Contra Barrage with a bullet.
Oh, that's true. I could.
Um,
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
You have to make a dex save of 18. Well, I'm doing this on the slime. So dex
Okay.
save of 18.
Oh, I closed out an
turn
accident.
this rifle into a shotgun.
Total of 11.
11. Okay, he fails.
Mm-hmm.
And takes. Oh my god, that's fucking terrible rolls. 6 damage.
So you throw it up, the barrage impacts and they just disappear into the slime. It quivers a little bit, but it's still standing.
Okay. Now my doggo
Good dog, yes.
Dogathy.
is going to. Oh, first I gotta roll to see if it hits. Does a 26 hit?
26 will hit easily.
Okay. Doggo rolls. Oh my god, he's amazing. 23 damage.
Okay, how does the dog wish to kill?
Oh, it's just gonna take a big like bite and then just like rapidly shake its head around and just like as rabid animals do.
Just crawls into the slime, bursts out of its chest like a chest burster. Yeah.
And there's still another fellow, yeah?
No, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, the other guy died. Okay.
Yeah, he got destroyed by lightning.
Oblexes, I hate them.
And just so you know, the dog lasts for 8 hours.
Good to know.
Yeah. It's a great spell.
It's a great spell.
I like it.
Let's keep looking for that vault. Oh, a 12.
All right.
And
Your path is blocked by the rubble. You can attempt to clear it out if you'd like.
you have a way of getting through the rubble.
I mean, I have my brute strength.
See if Gus has any. Gus. Cast. Gus will cast. Arcane Hand. No, he won't cast Arcane Hand. He'll
Big hand.
cast.
Ooh, I might have something.
Okay.
Is a lot of the rubble on like a flat surface?
Yes, the hallway's flat and it's just rubble stacked up to the ceiling.
Okay, so I'm thinking like if I can take the largest chunk of rubble and cast Levitate on it and hold it up, to make us a hole.
You could try that, yeah.
Is there a weight limit for levitate?
It has 500 pounds.
It's probably more than 500 pounds.
Yeah, I'd say with that, you wouldn't be able to make a big enough hole to get through.
All right, never mind that.
Do you
You
have any way
also
of making an explosion?
you could take a couple hours and just manually clear the rocks away, but it would take time.
It would take time.
Let me check my inventory. I mean, I can try and punch our way through. I have a 19 strength.
Yeah, I guess it's all just work to get it to. I guess if that's the only way we have. Move all the rubble.
Don't exactly got a choice.
Yeah. So I guess we'll just move it with our physical bodies.
All right, it takes about 5 hours to clear a path through.
God damn it!
Whoa.
It looked at first it looked like, oh, it's just maybe a few feet. It was maybe 10 to 20 feet of just collapsed
Oh
hallway.
wait, hold on.
Could I just banish the
I
rubble?
can
No, it has
I
to be
can
on
make
the
myself larger.
I'll say if you do
Oh.
that, I'd say it would cut the time in half.
So 2 hours and a half.
Yeah.
I'm going to enlarge myself. I'm going to tell everyone to get out of the hallway so I could just like
Chuck them behind you.
toss shit. Yeah.
Okay, easily enough.
Excellent. All right. Let's keep looking forward. I guess Gus will do another investigation check. It's a 14. And I got a 22. I got a natural 20.
All right. So as you begin to go down the hallway, you see that there are doors to the left and right of you. Some of them are ajar, and you peek in, and they look just like living quarters. Other ones look like storage rooms. But as you continue going, you notice the floor starts to slope downward at maybe a couple, not a 90-degree angle, but an angle down. And as you continue down, it gets colder and colder, and eventually you begin to see your own breath.
It's fine. It's fine. I make my clothes turn into a big coat.
All right. Eventually you hit the bottom, and it levels out once more. And ahead of you, you see two torches, one on either side, and two statues, one to the left and one to the right. And in the dead center, a large door made of what looks like iron, just kind of sitting there. No visible handles.
I think this is the vault.
All right.
It's just a door. There's no like frame.
No, it's like one big piece of iron slab. There's no handle, there's no wheel, there's nothing. It's just a big iron slab set into the wall as the appearance of a door.
Oh, okay.
Do you approach?
I guess, yes.
All right. As you take a step forward, the torches engulf a little brighter, and you see on the left and right the two statues kind of like stiffen and turn in your general direction.
Hello.
You say that. Do you move forward anymore?
No, I do not work forward anymore.
All right. Fucking fruit fly buzzing in my goddamn face.
Kill it.
I
Kill it.
keep
Use a
trying.
heat
I
vision.
try, but it's like it's just in the peripheral.
Oh, that's the worst.
But it continues to buzz. But no, not the fruit fly. Damn it. Not the fruit fly. I'm sorry.
He's narrating the fly.
I got distracted. So you guys just stand there? The statues don't
Well, I'll say to
speak.
the statues be like, hello.
No, the statues just point in your general direction.
They point at us.
They don't point, they just turn. I'm sorry.
Yes, hello.
One is holding a
Yes,
shield and a
we-
spear. The other one is holding a wand.
Yes, we are we seek to enter the vault so that we may be able to
The one with the wand cast fireball on us.
so that we may be able to arm ourselves to right the wrong of the city crashing against those who actually destroyed this place.
All right. As you say this, the one statue with the wand slowly turns in place and does a 360 and then focuses on you once more. And you all hear this, a voice kind of echoing around you. If you wish to gain access, speak the password. Ow.
Password. the password? Gus, you wouldn't by any chance know the password for the college, would you?
Give me a history check for Gus Gus.
How would he know?
I don't
Could
know.
I?
He used to live in the city.
Hugo, give me a history check.
Gus got a 13.
Okay, a 13.
Oh, God damn. 19 plus 5.
So 24. You visited the Magic College, being inclined magically yourself. You don't know the password specifically, but you do know that if you take any more steps towards the door, there will be consequences. You also know that they come from the statues. I'll say that since you are an artificer, your general curiosity on how things are constructed led you to gain some knowledge of this vault, but you don't know the password. But you do know that the door can be opened with or without the password. It's just if you take the consequences or not.
What are the
Stop.
consequences?
I'm assuming it's the statues attacking us.
Yeah, you don't know that part. You just know that there are consequences.
I'm gonna send my invisible dog in.
All right. Your hound trots across the ground. The statues do not react.
Ah, so they can't see invisible things?
Is there any rubble around
There is a bit of rubble, yes.
that obscures?
I'll say that there's a couple pieces that you could probably hide behind, but you'd have to clear open ground to get to them.
I'm just going to
All right.
stand behind Hugo, or sorry, not Hugo, Mars, and go invisible.
Okay. You go invisible.
Yes. I'm gonna make my way past the statues.
Okay. You begin to creep across. It goes well. You get to about the center of the room.
Mhm.
Nothing happens. You get to the front of
Okay.
the door. Nothing happens.
All right, I'm gonna look around. Do I see is the password written on the back of the statues?
There's no. The password is not written on the back of the statues.
Okay. God. Okay.
There has to be a way to deactivate these statues.
There has to be a way.
Make a
Do I
perception
see-
check.
All right.
Or investigation, your choice.
I want to make an investigation.
I'll do perception.
You-
Gus will do a investigation.
If you want to do investigation close to them, you have to actually get to them. Perception perception is if you're far away.
Gus, and I will get close to them while invisible and
While
do
invisible.
investigations.
All right,
Gus
then I
has
will do
13.
perception.
You roll perception. And Gus got a 13.
I got a 13 plus 5, so 18.
18. All right. And Octavian?
For investigation,
Yes.
7.
Okay, so Gus and Octavian, you scour over the statues and you don't see like an off button or runes or anything like that. Hugo, when the statue did a 360, you did notice around its feet looks like a small blue stone embedded between the toes. That's about all you can see, though.
I am going to shoot it off.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
If you miss, you might shoot me because I'm invisible and you don't know where I am.
That's true.
That's how Octavian dies. Again.
Yeah.
That's if I roll a 1, I think. 14 plus 6, so dirty 20.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
Let's see, what's my damage? 2d8 plus 1. Um, 10.
10. You fire, the little stone shatters, and you watch the statue just kind of like dims slightly. The torch next to it extinguishes. The other statue turns and faces you immediately. You watch as its spear rises up, and I need Mars, Sphere, and Hugo to all give me dexterity saving throws.
God damn it, I should have sent the dog to do it! What is wrong?
4.
4, okay.
Dex save, you say?
Deck save.
Right. I rolled 11 plus 2.
So, okay, that's 15.
Does that succeed?
That barely succeeds. And then sphere.
Okay. Sphere has, let's see what Sphere has to roll. He gets a +6 to Dex. God damn. Wow, she's gonna roll like utter shit though.
It is sphere.
Okay, he rolled an 8 plus 6. So that is what? 14?
14 will
14.
fail, unfortunately. Just barely. So.
Wait, I rolled a 12 though.
Oh, I thought you said 15.
No, 12.
Oh, well, then you fail too.
Oh wait, hold on. I'm if I failed, I'm going to think real fast
Okay.
and add +5 to my roll.
Okay, you succeed. The saving throw is 15. So, Hugo, you take 7 points of fire damage. Mars, you take 13, and Sphere takes 13. As these two bolts of fire rocket off and just slam into the three of you. Hugo, you barely dodge out of the way, but it clips you.
Did you destroy the stone?
You destroyed the
Yeah, I
stone on the one with the
destroyed the
wand. This is the one with the spear.
Ah, okay, cool. Gus is going to cast magic missile on the other one's stone.
Okay. That automatically
Yeah.
hits, so roll the damage and tell
Yep.
me the numbers.
All right. So the first one is 8 damage.
Okay. That's
The
enough.
second one is 10. Oh, okay.
It only has like 5 hit points. So they just pepper it, it explodes, the statue powers down as well, and the torch extinguishes.
Oh, thank God.
And as this happens, you hear a clunking noise, and the door slowly begins to rise up.
Oh, God. Okay, let's go in.
All right, you all head into the vault. Immediately, you are greeted with the sight of thousands of pieces of gold. You see treasure chests, items strewn about, and on the back wall, you see a long sword emblazoned on what's the word I'm looking for? A stand, I guess. A set of chainmail and a harp.
Ooh, chainmail.
A harp?
Yes, a harp.
I am going to cast Detect Magic.
All right. The chainmail, the longsword, and the harp all immediately give off magic. And about 10 feet away from you, buried in the gold, is a chest, and you see 5 things giving off magic.
Oh.
Not Hugo. What is it? Mars, do
Motherland.
the locate object. See if that
Fucking Brewfly!
amulet might be in here.
Okay, I cast locate object. Where is that? There it is.
Amulet of proof against detection, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
The chest where the magic is emanating from is giving off 5 of them.
Ooh.
5 pings.
Yeah, I like pull out my sickle to cast locate object and hold it in my hand, sort of like a compass, and it just sort of like just keeps shifting between 5 positions.
Okay. Yeah, it's just
Interesting.
all in the chest. And if you want to take the gold, you can, and I'll make it quick and tell you how much it is. And then if you want to take the time to examine the magic items on the back wall, you can. But that's about all you see.
We're absolutely taking that gold.
Let's examine the magic items.
All right, which one would you like to start with? The chain, the sword, or the harp?
The harp.
All right.
All right.
Give me an
I
arcana.
will
Well,
cast
I-
Identify.
you cast identify?
Can I
Oh, no,
roll
I'll
to
just
in-
cast Identify.
Okay. What were you
10
going to say,
minutes, though.
Mars?
I'm going to do the ritual casting.
Can I try to investigate the chainmail?
Of course. It is very nice, very nicely made.
Oh, oops.
That's all it is. Very nicely made.
Gus got a 26 arcana. I got an 18 arcana on the harp.
Okay, so they all are magical. You know that. The
Yes.
harp is fucking fruit fly right in my face. I swear to God. The harp is the Anne's Truth harp,
Anne's Truth harp.
which is a wondrous item, very rare. I'll just say that you guys know what this is. The chainmail is an Afriti chain And the longsword is a corpse slayer longsword.
Oh.
Huh.
The Anne's Truth Harp. An interesting object. Hmm. I'll pick it up off the wall.
All right, you take it. It kind of hums in your hands as it just extrudes magic energy.
Yes, yes. I will add it to my possessions. Is this? Hold on.
Yes,
Hold on. I'm sending you a message, Logan.
I'm waiting to receive it. Do, 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 do.
Sent you the message.
Oh yeah, it is a guitar. I put harp in my notes. My apologies.
Is this the one we talked about?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Okay. And the freaky chain and the longsword are still there, and the amulets and the gold. If you want to take about a couple hours shoveling it into your bag of holding, it's about 15,000 gold pieces.
15,000 gold pieces.
15,000 gold pieces.
Let me split it up 4 ways.
So Gus gets the chainmail, right?
Yes, of course. No, 15,000 divided by 4. That's 3,750 gold per person.
Holy shite. 3,000.
750.
Quite a bit of gold.
All right.
I don't have a bag of holding, so
You also, I don't really count coin weight because it's just
We
kind
have
of,
magic coin purses that hold as much money as we
yeah,
need.
I'll say it doesn't really matter
okay.
Yeah.
because
So how much gold do I get then?
it's 15,000 divided by
Three.
4.
3,750.
Yep.
3,750. Money, money, money.
I have
What's
lots
her
of
name in my
money.
ring must be losing her mind.
Salivating.
she stayed relatively quiet, and she's like, if I had a body,
And then I
would...
said 15,000
Yeah.
gold?
She's like, do you think maybe you could buy me a new body? That'd be nice.
Have Hugo make you one.
I could just take the sphere body.
Sphere becomes a Warforged.
Absolutely not.
He might be able to hit something then.
Oh, shade.
No, I guarantee he'll get the final hit on Arthur Sin. I'm calling it. He'll just start rolling nothing but natural 20s.
Right. All that bad luck, it balances out.
All right. But as you guys count that up, we're going to end it for today.
What kind of sword? Oh, so it's not the harp. It's the.
It's a guitar.
It's
Yes.
the.
I
yes,
had 2 things in my notes, and I misread them.
the Lichbane axe.
Yes.
Question.
Yes.
Can we check the chest before we?
Yeah, of course. I haven't stopped.
And what was the chainmail?
The chainmail is Ifriti chainmail.
What is it?
Ifriti.
Ifriti
Efreeti.
What does that do?
I will read it to you. Let me just open it back up.
What was the sword again?
Corpse
sorry,
Slayer longsword.
Corpse Slayer long.
Ifriti Chain. While wearing this armor, you gain a +3 bonus to your AC. You are immune to fire damage. You can understand and speak Primordial. In addition, you can stand on and walk across molten rock as if it were solid ground.
Who do you
Man,
think
I
would
wish I
then-
could wear heavy armor.
Well, here's the thing. It's chainmail, but it should be medium.
Really?
It says, because even in the comments, it says it's classified as heavy, but it should be medium.
Oh,
So, take that as you will.
I will be taking that then.
And who wants the
who's
longsword?
taking the sword?
It's a Corpse Slayer longsword. I'll read that to you as well. If I can get my computer to work. Where is it? Longsword. You gain a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this magic weapon. When you hit an undead creature with an attack using this weapon, the attack deals an extra 1d8 damage of the weapon's type, and the creature has disadvantage on a saving throws against effects that turn undead until the start of your next turn.
I think that should go to the Grave Cleric with the whole turn on
Yeah.
dead abilities.
Yeah. You can
I don't
take
wield
the sword.
swords though.
Can you not use a longsword?
I can wield simple weapons.
It's a martial weapon.
Oh, yeah, I guess you can't
Yeah,
use it.
I'll hold on to the sword.
You can always sell
I can
it.
use martial weapon.
What is this? What is the name of this chainmail?
Ifriti.
Efriti. EEFRIT.
Here, I will put a link for
Sorry,
it in the
RTI.
Discord.
EEF.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't find it.
It's
just-
EFREETI.
Or-
Only one E.
EFR.
EETI.
Ah, Ifriti chain. I was putting in chain mail.
Oh,
so
yeah, it's just chain.
putting that in my equipment.
All right, but that is where we'll end it for today. So,
Oh, what was in the chest?
it's the amulets you were looking for. There's 5 of them.
Oh.
Proof against detection amulets, yes.
Yes.